Welcome to our Pampered Chef show. For those of you who do not know us, my name is Bill. This is my wife Karen, and we want to certainly thank Stacy for having us at her house today for this Pampered Chef show. Let's give her a great big round of applause. That's right. We want to give Stacy a free Season's Best cookbook.
Thank you.
Full color. And that's the first of many of the wonderful gifts that she'll receive by hosting a party today. Not only will she get some free products, but also some half-price products, 60% off host specials, discounts for up to a year, plus she has this super fun party, and most importantly, that fantastic round of applause. So, did anybody bring a guest who is not officially invited tonight? No? Okay.
Kelly did.
You did?
Kelly
Okay,
did.
yes.
Yeah,
Well,
Kelly
you
brought a friend.
also get
She
a
brought
free
her friend's name is
cookbook.
Mexican Caviar.
Yes. Thank you, Mexican Caviar. We thank you for bringing the guest tonight.
Is there anybody here who hasn't been to a Pampered Chef party before? Okay, so I'll just let you know, it's like watching Food Network, only get to eat the food at the end. So it's pretty cool.
Yay.
So I want to tell you guys about your folders that you have. Inside your folder, you will find the guest special for this month, which means that if you spend $60 or more, you can get one of these cutting boards for free. Also, you'll find that you have the host special for next month, which means if you are really interested in some of these products, you might want to get on my calendar so you can get them for free or 60% off. Guys, this is not going.
You're doing great. We all do that.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay. So anyway, this is our catalog, and on the front of our catalog is a Post-it note, and the Post-it note is for you to write your wish list on. Now that means anything that you see tonight or anything that you see in the catalog, you see us use, that you really like and you really would like to have in your kitchen, go ahead and write it down. And even if you don't have it in your budget to get that tonight, make sure you have it written down, because if you have a bunch of things on there that you want, you might want to get on the calendar, because you could get those things for free. Also, in your catalog, I'd like to point out that next to the products, you'll find a little tiny circle that you can barely see. And inside that circle is either a number or the letter L, and that's the number of years for the guarantee for that product. If it says a 3, that's a 3-year guarantee. If it has an L, it's a lifetime guarantee. Also, in the back of your folder, you'll find a receipt. And on this receipt, just go ahead and fill out the top, because that's going to help you out a lot. If you have any problems with any of your products, you'll remember who the host was of your party. You'll have my information. You can get in touch with me, and we'll get that taken care of right away. Also, everybody here, if you have your product shipped to the host, you get a flat $5.25 shipping rate, which means no matter how much you order, you only have to pay $5.25 for shipping.
So you want to order a whole lot of stuff because the shipping isn't going to go up. So the more you order, the better.
Okay. All right. Well, to tell you guys a little bit about why we're up here selling Pampered Chef, I'm a very shy person naturally, and so I never would have seen myself doing something where I have to speak in front of people. But I found that as we started to look at our life, we're in full-time ministry, we sing in churches all the time. And that's okay. I can get up and sing, but talking is a whole different issue for me. So we started looking at our life, our family, our ministry, and we found that there were some things we really wanted to accomplish that we hadn't even touched yet. So we had to find another way to provide money for that, because our ministry just couldn't do it. The first thing that we really wanted to do was we wanted to adopt. And so that was our #1 thing on our list. But we also want to be totally out of debt. And we want to provide for our retirement, because our ministry doesn't provide for our retirement. So I started looking for a way to make some extra money to be able to try to do these things. And nobody wants to hire somebody that says, I can come in and work maybe 1 or 2 times this week, and I want to be my own boss, plus make $33 an hour. Nobody was interested in that. So I had to start looking for something else. And my sister-in-law, Stacy, who's very, very good at selling Pampered Chef, she's got a wonderful business with it. I started talking to her about it, and she said, you got to try Pampered Chef. Just give it a month. Just give it a month. Try it. See if you like it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to keep doing it, but go ahead and try it. So we wrote down our pros and cons like we always do, and let me just tell you, the pros were huge, and the cons were, Karen does not like to talk in front of people. We decided that I was going to face my fear, and we decided to try it out. We tried it for a month, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way I would change it. It was incredible, the difference it made in our life. So, just to let you guys know, we have now officially finished the home study process in our adoption. That never could have happened without Pampered Chef. We're so excited because we are on our way, and pretty soon we're going to have a little baby in our home, and it's all because we've been able to make the extra money with Pampered Chef. And right now we are providing for the 3 kids we have at home, but we're also providing for that little one out there that we haven't even met yet. And just so you know, if you buy something tonight from Pampered Chef, you will not only be getting a wonderful product, but you'll also be helping a wonderful work of trying to adopt a little child out there.
All right. Most of you have been to a Pampered Chef show. Does anybody have any of the Pampered Chef items that you particularly like and use all the time and would like to share how you use them? I noticed some of you made some of the products using some of the Pampered Chef. Anybody?
I love the collapsible bowls.
The collapsible bowls, I have no idea what that is, but I have not seen
Serious? Okay, I like the stainless steel bowls. Is that better?
He's the classic batter bowl.
Allow me to pick the one thing that I think is okay. That's awesome. Me too. Love that. Does anybody have any use any of the products that I am aware of?
Pizza stone.
I love the pizza stone too. Me too. Well, as we go through, we're going to make 2 different recipes tonight. First is a savory, and then we're going to make a sweet. For the savory, we're going to do 3 cheese garden pizza. Sounds good. Garden is in there, which is kind of, but has 3 cheese, so you know that's all good. We're also going to do hot chocolate molten lava cake, and so that if you didn't get enough calories in the pizza, we're good with the cake. As we go through, we're going to show you all the different items that we're going to use. I'll tell you what page they're on, so you can look in your catalogs and write down all the things that you want to get. First, we're going to start with our large bar pan. This is on page 38, and if you look on page 38, you will see a picture of the large bar pan. You will notice it looks slightly different than this. You will notice that it is very light colored, and it looks so clean and so nice. However, this one does not look nearly as new or nearly as clean. It's much darker, and this is good because basically the worse it looks, the better it cooks. Okay? What happens is it becomes naturally non-stick. It's called seasoning of the stone, and they come in all different shapes and sizes. We're going to make pizza in a rectangular pan, but if you absolutely have to eat your pizza in a triangular slice, there's a round one that you can make your pizza on that as well. They're great for cooking meats. Like say you make fish, and the best part about the Pampered Chef stones are after you make fish, you clean it off, and then you can make brownies, and you don't wind up with fish brownies, because that's nasty. Right? It does not absorb the odors of the things that you eat before that. And to clean it, you never use soap. All you do is, it comes with a little nylon scraper, which I could not seem to find in our bag today, and then you scrape that out under hot water, you towel dry it, and then you store it in the bottom rack of your oven. And leave it in there. Even if you're not cooking on it, everything you cook in your oven will cook better because this stone is in the oven. It's kind of like cooking in a brick oven. So, we do not need to season this, to put any kind of oil on this because it's already naturally non-stick, but I'm going to do it anyway so that I can tell you about our kitchen spritzer. This is on page 57, and if any of you buy Pam, you will realize that, you know, for $3.50, the #1 ingredient in Pam is oil. I don't know what the other 47 ingredients are, and all I know is I cannot pronounce them. But this is just oil in our kitchen spritzer. You fill it about halfway with your favorite oil, and then you pump it up, which builds pressure in there. And then you simply spray it. You simply spray it. I usually spray the pan. I just don't want to clean the pan when I'm done. You spray the pan, and then now I had a lady come to me and say, I love the kitchen spritzer, but I've been through 4 of them, and they keep clogging up. Well, the key is you need to release the pressure when you're done before storing it, and then they will last and last. If you don't release the pressure, they can clog up in there. So this can save you a lot of money. It's a lot healthier because it doesn't have all those other ingredients in there. Now, Karen is going to roll out our pizza dough.
Okay, so this is just a Pillsbury refrigerated pizza dough. And you can use this, or you can go to the bakery section and get pizza dough that's already been made up for their pizzas there. And it tastes great, and you just push it out on the pan. And as soon as I get it put out on the pan, you're going
Yes, I am going to brush this with some garlic oil. Now, this is our old prep bowl, because I did not exchange it with the new prep bowls yet.
Right.
And the prep bowls are great because they can go not only in the refrigerator or freezer, they can also go in the microwave or even in the oven. If you want to make something that is single serving, you can, like a little cupcake or something, these can also go in the oven. Now we're going to pour a little bit of our oil in there, and we're going to put some fresh garlic. Now, for those of you like me who were raised in a family where garlic meant your choice of either garlic salt or garlic powder. Mm-hmm. Yes. Am I right?
I think we were all raised that way.
And even the minced garlic that you buy in the stores is nothing like the fresh garlic. It's like a totally different food, isn't it? So, is anybody allergic to garlic? I mean, we're putting it in anyway, but... I just want to check, because you don't want to eat pizza. All right, what you do is you put the clove in there. Now, I like garlic, but I don't like it on my fingers. So you just take the clove of garlic. You don't even need to take the skin off of it. You just set it in the garlic press, and then you squeeze it, and oh, look at that. Isn't that awesome? It comes with this cute little scraper that you just scrape off. And then you open it this way, and you can scrape off your garlic, and your hands never have to touch the gross garlic. This is on page 57, and if you like fresh garlic, or any kind of garlic, you need to make sure to pick up the garlic press. And there you go.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say about the garlic press.
Well, this is the chef's silicone basting brush. And the wonderful thing about it is it will not absorb the odors of the garlic either. So I'm going to go ahead and put the garlic oil on here, and you'll also notice that the brush has a little hook here. So say you're basting chicken with barbecue sauce, you can just hang it there on the side, and you don't have to worry about it sliding down into your bowl. And it's also dishwasher safe, and it's heat resistant in case you want to use it out by your grill or something. So it's on page, did we tell? It's on page 33. Okay. Now I'm going to go pop this in the oven for a few minutes just to get the crust done a little bit so it doesn't get soggy when we put the toppings on it.
Okay. Now we're gonna move on to cutting up our vegetables, and I want to show you some of our cutting boards. If you turn in your Bibles to page.
Bibles.
Being in ministry and Pampered Chef sometimes get a little confusing. If you will turn your catalogs to page 55. First, let me show you what Pampered Chef has very originally deemed the cutting board. This is great because it does not dull your knives like a glass cutting board would do. It also does not absorb odors like sometimes a wooden cutting board would do. And it has these soft grip sides so that if you have something sharp in this hand, you don't have something sliding in this hand. Karen's going to start cutting up a little bit of our vegetables. And I also want to show you on the same page 55, these are our flexible cutting mats. Now, you can see that this one has been used. We've had this one for almost a decade, and we have cut the fire out of this thing. But you can see it still works really well, has non-skid on the bottom. And best of all, I'll pass this around so you can feel it. Best of all, it comes in a set of 3. So say you're cutting raw chicken and vegetables and bread. You can cut up the chicken. You don't need to go sanitize your cutting board and then bring it back to cut up your vegetables. You can just move one, and you got 2 more cutting boards right there.
And the nice thing that you notice about that being about 10 years old is the fact that it doesn't have that long of a guarantee, but it's lasted that long. And you'll notice that everybody that was telling about the products that they've had from Pampered Chef, they said they had them for 10 years, 20 years, and they're still using it, is because they last way past their guarantee.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody like bluegrass music?
Sounds like a good banjo.
It's not that kind of mandolin.
Okay, this is the ultimate mandolin, and this is on page 49 in your catalog. So I'm going to tell you that the mandolin is one of the most dangerous tools that can be in your kitchen. Lots of people have been really injured from a mandolin, but Pampered Chef has really gone out of their way to try to find ways to make the mandolin as safe as possible so that you don't have to worry about getting hurt while you're cutting up your vegetables. And I know of a lady who has twins and triplets, and she has 2 of these, and she's not afraid for her kids to do the cutting up of the vegetables on it because it's so safe. Now I'm going to tell you about the safety of it. Sorry. Okay, first of all, you have this case which holds all of your blades, and it holds 4 blades. You don't have to go fishing around in your drawer for your blades. Also, you don't have to wonder where they are because they're always in this little case that's held on your mandolin. We have 4 different blades. The first one is the slant cut blade, which can do 2 different thicknesses. It has a grater blade that's good for cheese or grating vegetables. It has a V-cut blade, which is great for tomatoes, but I always recommend that your tomatoes be pretty fresh. Don't use like really soft ones. You might end up with a mess. And then there's the crinkle cut blade, which we're going to use today because it's my favorite. Okay, so
And it's a party.
of course.
So
So
that's the party cut.
you slide the blade into the mandolin. Then you put your vegetable on the food holder. Now I don't recommend that you ever try to do your vegetables in there without the food holder, but you don't need to because the food holder is going to hold your vegetables. You put about a 2-inch vegetable on there on the prongs, put it inside here, and here's the really cool part. I can slide my hand over this blade and I'm not getting cut because the blade is not lifted. It doesn't lift until I slide the food right over it. That's when it lifts, when the food is over top of it. So your hand never comes near the blade.
As she's cutting that up, let me tell you about our knives. On page 52, you will see our professional knives. This one right here, this is our 7/8 Santoku knife. And we did a party at the Bethesda, Hyatt Regency in Bethesda, and the sous chef put this knife on her order. So they are professional grade knives. I'm going to pass this around. Be very careful because they are super duper sharp. This is our bread knife, which is, I'll pass that around. And Karen, tell them about the knife.
Okay, well, I'll tell you guys, when I first got married, the only thing I had in my kitchen were some hand-me-down knives, and I was fine with that. I didn't really care that I didn't have new knives, whatever.
It was one step up from a butter knife.
I sawed away at my food every day, and I didn't know what I was missing. But then I think it was about a year ago, I did a Pampered Chef party, and I was not a consultant. I was the host of the Pampered Chef party. And the Santoku knife that you're passing around was the one that was 60% off. So I went ahead and got it, and I thought, okay, I'll be Bobby Flay in the kitchen. I thought I was going to be all fast with the knife and everything. Well, that never happened, because I'm not fast with anything in the kitchen. But I will tell you something else did happen. Things started to change. It got so much easier to do all my cutting because these knives are balanced and weighted so that it's not as hard on your hands to do all the cutting that you have to do. They're so sharp that they cut right through everything. It just becomes actually kind of fun to do the cutting in the kitchen. You'll find that they also, since they are professional knives, the tang goes all the way through, which means the metal goes from end to end, so you don't have to worry about the knife getting all wobbly with the handle. And if you saw some of the ones I had in my kitchen, you'd understand why that's a big deal. So anyway, after I got that, I became a Pampered Chef consultant, and this is the knife that came in my kit. I love this knife. This is now my favorite knife. This is the 5-inch utility knife. I use it constantly for everything in my kitchen. And once I started using this one, guess what? I was hooked. I had to have the whole set. So now I have the whole set. That's the one thing I have to warn you about. If you buy the knives, you'll have to have them all.
If you do buy any of the professional grade knives, you want to make sure to pick up the Forge Cutlery Honing Tool, which is on the bottom right-hand corner of that page. And this is great because it does not actually sharpen the knife. Sharpening the knife takes part of the steel off, and you don't want to do that every single time you use your knife. What this does, it actually realigns the blade so that it is just as sharp as it was when it came out of the box. So, Might want to pick that up.
And we realized that the knives are some of the more expensive Pampered Chef products. So if you're interested in knives, you definitely have to get on my calendar because you could get them 50% off. Hosts can get up to 4 50% off items.
Beep, 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 beep.
I'm going to get the...
You go get that, I'll tell them about the manual food
Pizza.
processor. Does anybody have a food processor in your home? Okay, does anybody use their food processor all the time? Okay, I didn't think so. All right, in our 22 years of marriage, I have never actually purchased a food processor for Karen because I'm cheap. But a couple years ago, a friend of ours from Tennessee gave us her used food processor because she was buying a new one. And I gotta tell you, the minute we brought that into our house, I absolutely hated it. It had like 70 blades to it, none of which stored together. Putting the thing together was like a jigsaw puzzle, and it was such a hassle, quite honestly, we never used it. But then when I saw the manual food processor on page 47, the first thing I thought was, I can make salsa in this, and I did yesterday. Has basically 3 pieces. A very easy to clean bowl, which does not have a hole in the center of it, like most food processors. It also has non-skid on the bottom. It has a very simple blade, and then it has your top piece that opens this way. And I'm going to take some pieces of mushroom, and what do we have here? Tomato, some onion, and things like that. And we're going to put that in there. Now, you say, where do you plug it in? You do not plug it in because it is a manual food processor. So even when Superstorm Sandy comes along and you lose power, you can still have homemade salsa. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah. Pretty amazing. And best of all, the whole thing stores in one little spot in your cabinet. You know exactly where it is. So that is our manual food processor. And now that Karen has the pizza out, she's going to put some cheese and vegetables.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to put a thin layer of cheese.
Well, first you have to cut the cheese.
Oh, that's true.
I don't always say that. I don't know. But I do that for you.
This is the adjustable fine grater. And I love it because that you can do it in 2 different shapes. You can do the A shape, or you can do it like this and just put it right over top of your bowl. And today I'm doing fresh Parmesan, and it's nice because it's a hard cheese, so it works great with these small blades. But I'll tell you right now, if you want to do softer cheeses like cheddar or mozzarella, just throw them in your freezer for 30 minutes before you're ready to use them, and they will grate just as beautifully as Parmesan. See how beautiful that comes down? It just looks kind of like snow. Very relaxing. I need about right now. And the nice thing about doing fresh cheese is that if you go to the store and you buy pre-grated cheese, sure, that's fine in a pinch when you're in a hurry, but they put something on that cheese. Have you ever noticed there's a little coating of stuff on there? And cellulose, and it kind of takes away from the flavor of the cheese. It's never quite as good as fresh cheese. And if you buy a fresh cheese that you can grate yourself, you could be having a very unremarkable dinner and grate some wonderful Parmesan over the top, and suddenly you've made a very special dinner for everybody.
Now she's grating that into our batter bowl, and of all the Pampered Chef items that we have in our kitchen, the one that gets used the most is the batter bowl. Now we have a dishwasher, you're looking at them, and whenever I wash dishes we always set them up to dry, and the batter bowl almost never gets put back into the cabinet because as soon as it's dry somebody grabs it and uses it for something else. It's in constant use. They're great because they not only go in the refrigerator, in the freezer, but they can also go in the microwave, great for heating up leftover spaghetti, stuff like that. And they can go in the oven. We actually have mixed up a cake mix, popped the whole thing in the oven, turned it upside down, stuck a Barbie doll on top of it, and decorated the cake as a dress, and it was the coolest little birthday party. Or for those of us guys who like football parties, let's just say that the Ravens were to go to the Super Bowl. You can do the same thing, turn it upside down, and decorate it as a football. And you've got you a Super Bowl cake. So, that is our batter bowl. This is the large. There's also a small one, and they are on page 59. And we are going to add to our cheeses some Italian seasoning from Walmart. Sadly, we have some on order. We just ran out of Italian seasoning, so we're just going to have to use the Walmart. But on pages 21 through 27, there is a great array in our pantry of sweet and savory sauces, rubs, seasonings, oils, things like that. I'm going to pass some of these around. You can smell it. This is our Cinnamon Plus Spice Blend, and it's fantastic because it's got some orange peel in there, some clove, a little bit of nutmeg to kind of kick that cinnamon up. This is our Southwestern Seasoning Mix. We use that when we make our homemade salsa. This is Lemon Rosemary Rub, which I think is our personal favorite on meats and things. And then there's Maple Herb Rub. And my personal favorite, which go really good on microwave potato chips. How can he do that? I'll share that with you later. This is the Smoky Applewood Rub. That is fantastic on fat-free microwave potato chips. So you can look through all of our spices. Let me also say, if you're big into sweet and salty combination, we like Breyer's Vanilla Ice Cream. They have a chocolate caramel sauce that we like to drizzle over top of it and then sprinkle a little bit of the Himalayan sea salt that's in there over top of that, and it is fantastic.
Yum.
All right, so we're ready to take this to the oven. Ow! It's so hot! We need to use our what?
Silicone oven mitts.
Tell them about it on page 17.
These are on page 17. And I'll have you know that in my kitchen, I had some that were not from Pampered Chef. And the worst part of that was, for one, they wouldn't fit both of our hands. They fit my hand, but they wouldn't fit his hand. Second of all, I was afraid to pick anything up that I could drop, because they weren't flexible enough to keep hold of it. So it always felt like I was going to drop things, especially the lid on my deep covered baker. I do not want to drop that. But when I got these are great because they fit both of our hands and they are flexible enough to be able to grab hold of things and hang on to them. So I'm going to pass them around just so you guys can see how great they are.
Okay, now that that's cooking, let's mix up our molten lava cake. We've got our batter bowl here. This is our stainless whisk, which is real nice because it's a very firm whisk. Some of the other whisks are kind of flimsy. They're fine for like pancake batter and stuff, but you get into like cookie dough, and this is actually firm enough to do that. Here we go. And we're going to pour that into our deep covered baker, or as we like to affectionately call it, the magic pot.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Okay.
I'm about to pour it.
Okay. So this is the deep covered baker, and this is on page 36 in your catalog. And I want to tell you about the deep covered baker. This is my favorite Pampered Chef product, and I'll tell you why. It epitomizes what Doris Christopher was trying to do when she started Pampered Chef. She had noticed that with the invention of the TV had come the invention of the TV dinner, and people were getting away from getting around the table and having those really great times where people bond and just make memories together. Because if you think back, you can make some wonderful memories. You have some probably that you've made while you were sitting around good food around the table, talking and just enjoying each other's company. So she came up with and Pampered Chef came up with a lot of different wonderful products that make it so much easier to get dinner on the table. One of the main reasons was because people didn't have time anymore. They're really busy. I mean, I'm really busy, and I don't really have time to spend all day in the kitchen. So she came up with things that could make it go quicker, make really delicious meals, and that's what the deep covered baker does. You can put a chicken in this deep covered baker, put some wonderful seasonings on top, maybe throw some vegetables in, put it in the microwave, and yes, it's a stone and it can go in the microwave. It goes in the microwave for about 33 minutes, and you have fall off the bone chicken. Now, I'm a person who is always afraid to do meat in the microwave because of that rubbery, yucky texture that comes out most of the time. But when you put it in the stone, something else happens. I don't know what it is, but it comes out so good, and everybody loves it. So that's a quick way to have dinner on the table. You can also make meatloaf in this thing in the microwave in 22 minutes. You can make molten lava cake, which is what we're doing tonight, in 10 minutes in the microwave. So if you're in a big rush because some friends are coming over and you weren't prepared to make a dessert for them, You can just throw it in the microwave in this thing and you got it in 10 minutes and it's pretty enough to serve it in. You don't have a bunch of extra dishes that are dirty. It's awesome. And you can make meals for under $2 per serving in this. So it's saving you money as well. If you decide that you want to order the deep covered baker, we have recipes that we will email to you. And so you have a whole set of recipes, and they're for in the microwave as well as in the oven, because it can be also cook in the oven, and it cleans up just like any other stone. You just use hot water and a scraper, and you're done.
All right. Now, the deep cover baker's on page 36, and can anybody tell me how much it says that it costs there on page 36?
$85.
$85. Now, would anybody like to get the deep covered baker for $34 instead of $85? Yeah, if you'd like to do that, the way to do that is to host a party in April, because that is that's one of the 60% specials that you can get in April. Is our deep covered baker 60% off? That's $34. All right. Did you use your dollar?
Okay, well, I'm going to use what I affectionately call the handy dandy dolloper to put the.
Yes, somebody's
should
from
have already
Oklahoma.
done this. But I'm going to dollop some of the frosting on top of this uncooked cake, and in the end, it will be the molten part of our molten lava cake.
Okay. Dollop it in.
It comes in 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large, and the small one is so great for doing cookies or for doing melon balls or frosting like I'm doing, or just putting just regular amounts of batter in for your cupcakes.
Okay.
Well,
Why don't you take that on over to the...
why did I just leave the room now?
No. Here, you can... that then for 10 minutes. Oh, we forgot to put our pizza in. All right. All right. As those are cooking, let us share with you a couple of our favorite items that we did not use today, but we want to share them with you. Please do.
This is the brownie pan. I love the brownie pan. It's on page 29. And the brownie pan's great because you don't just make brownies in the brownie pan. You can make mini meatloaves. You can make individual pineapple upside down cake. You can make individual quiches or individual lasagnas. Anything that you can make in a big dish, you can make individual size in this, and they come out perfect, and they're great for parties. I sent one of these to my brother, and I sent one to my sister for Christmas because I love it so much. And if anyone wants to order one of these, I will send you recipes in your email so that you have lots of recipes to make in it.
Okay. On page 16, we have Frisbees. No, these are microwave chip makers. Yes, believe it or not, you can use either your mandolin or your simple slicer, or if you have like mad knife skills, and slice your potatoes or sweet potatoes or apples real thin, pat them dry, and then you line them up on here and you season them however you like. My personal favorite is the smoky applewood rub. You stack them no more than 2 high, because that's what it says in the instructions, but my father has tried 4 and he says it works fine. That's Waddles. All right. And then you pop them in your microwave, and 5 minutes later, you take them out. No fat, no oil, and they taste like they came right out of the bag. You can season them however you like. A little Old Bay maybe, some salt and pepper, however you like, maybe plain if you have no palate. And so anyway, that is our microwave chip maker on page 16.
Okay. This is our food chopper, and the main difference between it and the manual food processor is I like it for hard things like candy, nuts, things that you want to get chopped down small, and if you're a little bit stressed, I might just stay here all night. I'm
It's cheaper than therapy. Alrighty, and that's on page 47. Now I got to tell you about our cookware. Pampered Chef has some fantastic cookware. This right here there are 3 different kinds. If you look on pages 10 and 11, you will see our non-stick cookware. They're great conductors of heat. They're good in the stove or in the oven. They have a cool touch silicone handle, although if you put it in the oven, I know from personal experience you still want to use a pot holder on it. Okay? It has a riveted handle, so you don't have to go every 3 days to your drawer and get a screwdriver and screw your handle onto your pans. It's non-stick on the inside and the outside, so if you're a slob like me and get your omelet all over, dripping over, you can just wipe it clean. Best of all, they have a lifetime guarantee. Now, there are a few things that will void the guarantee, and I got to tell you those up front. Do never put this in the dishwasher. Never cook on high heat on any of your non-stick. Never use, obviously, any metal utensils on your non-stick, and never spray pan. Now, you can use the kitchen spritzer because that's just oil, but you never spray pan. I'm going to pass that around. You can feel how solid that is and why we can offer a lifetime guarantee on that. This here on pages 8 through 9 is our stainless steel. Now if you do a lot of caramelizing or braising or fond or deglazing or searing of meats, you want to use the stainless steel. If you have no idea what I just said, I stole that from somebody. If you have no idea what I just said, you want to stick to one of the easier ones. Basically this can be heated to a much hotter temperature. So if you use a lot of high temperature cooking, then you want to use the stainless steel. And that also has a lifetime guarantee. Now having said that, this is my favorite. This is what I use 100% of the time in the kitchen. And this is my new white ceramic cookware on pages 12 and 13. It has an easy release interior, which I will tell you right now is more non-stick than the non-stick. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. I have never had anything stick to this. I've made oatmeal in the pot, and I don't know whether you've ever cooked oatmeal in a pot, but if you leave it overnight, something chemical happens, and they become one. And I just with a sponge, wiped it out the next day. We had like burnt cheese, burnt chicken, and things. That's when I was cooking. And it just absolutely wipes clean. It has a 4mm aluminum on the bottom, so it heats evenly. Is oven safe up to 400 degrees, and this has, since it's new, it has a 3-year warranty. So I'll pass this around. It's much lighter and a little less expensive, but that is our new ceramic cookware.
Okay. This is a stackable cooling rack, and I love these because if you are limited on counter space, you can not only have one rack, but you can stack the racks. That's why they're stackable cooling racks. They actually stack. And the nice thing is they are lifted up high enough that you get really good circulation underneath. Everything cools quicker that way. And it has tiny grates on top so you don't lose your cookies through the sheet or anything like that.
Because that's a tragedy. All right. Okay, well remember that a lot of the Pampered Chef things make very good gifts since Christmas is right around the corner. Not really. But anyway, oh, that's an old joke. Okay, yeah, it's after Christmas. Okay, you will notice looking through the catalog, however, that about 70% of our items are under $20. So they do make very good gifts. Remember that with $60, you get the free flexible cutting mats here today. And we're also offering something special. If you order more than $120 tonight, we're going to throw in not only the flexible cutting mats, but your choice of a free rub, any one of the rubs in the catalog. If you look at page 5, you will see all of the benefits of being a host of a show. We would love to come to your house and set up and cook and do a show for you. And you will see all the benefits of what you can receive. Now, here's something special we're throwing in. If you are one of the first 5 people to book a show in a month, we're going to give you one of the new products coming out in March absolutely free. We actually do that for everyone, but they think they're the first 5. All right. That way I don't have to keep tabs of who the first 5 were.
We're giving the insulated lunch bag, which is like $12.99 and then
$12.50, something like that.
And then we get a...
All right. Now, I do know that the Pampered Chef business is not for everyone, but I do know that it can be for anyone. And if you find that you have more month than money, I'll let that sink in. And you find that you're just waiting to the end of that month to wait for that next paycheck, why not pick up a fun side job? Pampered Chef is very flexible. Let me say this, Karen and I do about 120 to 130 concerts a year. We're on the road all the time, and the thought of adding something to that, plus Karen homeschools, was absolutely impossible to me. But then when Stacy came to us and told us, well, why don't you look at your calendar and mark off all the family times, the concert times, everything that you do, and see what kind of free nights you have, we found out that we actually had several nights a week that we could do this. So that actually opened the door for us to move forward with the adoption, which we never would have been able to do. It is so flexible. And there are a lot of other wonderful things that come from being a consultant. So let us share with you some of the benefits of being a consultant.
Woo!
Can't tell it.
If you've been sitting there thinking, hey, I could do this, or hey, I could do this better than they've been doing this, then you definitely need to hear this. If you are a Pampered Chef consultant,
That wakes everybody up, doesn't it?
I felt I was losing you. I need to
I'll be back. I'll take it back. If you're a Pampered Chef consultant, you get to be your own boss.
BYOB.
That's true. Which is pretty awesome because you never have to worry about being laid off. Which
You're gonna
right now
re-sign
in the
up, aren't you?
economy is a pretty big deal. You can also earn the money you need. If you did one party a week for a month, at the end of that month, you'd have about $400 in your pocket. So that's pretty cool. What could you do with an extra $400 in a month?
Fill your car with gas once.
So you see that even if you do just a small amount of parties, you can get quite a bit of money. But I'm going to tell you right now, my sister-in-law, who's so successful at selling Pampered Chef, you got to hang on to your seats. I'm going to tell you how much she makes. She makes over $8,000 every single month. So you see, with the Pampered Chef business, the sky's the limit. You can either just do it with the free nights that you have and here and there, wherever it fits, or you can make it your job. You can make it your what you want to do for your living.
How much does she work?
She works, oh yeah, I didn't even get to tell you this. She works about 2 to 4 parties a week, and she gets to sit by her pool or in her pajamas and make her calls for about 20 to 25 hours a week. So it's pretty awesome being a Pampered Chef.
And we have made in the in the 8 months or so that we've been doing this, we've made almost $8,000 toward our adoption, which actually is coming to about $25,000. So we've been able to put about $8,000 toward that. So we're definitely on our way.
Yeah, so that's very exciting. You can see how this works. I mean, we just started and we're already making progress on our dreams. You can earn free products. We have gotten about $1,400 worth of Pampered Chef bucks, which is pretty much the same thing as Kohl's Cash. And we get to buy products, or we can buy our catalogs and stuff. We've not paid a dime out of our pocket for our catalogs. We've gotten them all free, the ones that we do for the party, because of our Pampered Chef bucks. You can also earn free vacations.
Woohoo!
We are so excited because we have the opportunity to earn a vacation to San Diego, California this year, which I'm so excited if we get to go. And not only that, there's a trip that's offered that maybe, I don't know, there's a possibility we could get to go to Punta Cana.
I have
And
no idea.
I didn't even know where that was. I thought out at the Pampered Chef was offering it.
Sounds foreign.
That's so cool. So we're excited because we just started and we have this opportunity. But my sister-in-law, Stacy, I have to tell you right now, she has been to Hawaii. She has been to Atlantis. She's been on a Mediterranean cruise. She's been to London. Where else?
Dundalk?
He should put that in there.
She's been to Disney. She's been to Disney World,
Atlantis?
and she is going.
Mediterranean cruise?
She's going this year to Ireland. All expenses paid, 5-star hotels the entire time. It's incredible. Also, you get to learn fabulous recipes. I'm going to tell you right now, when we started Pampered Chef, if I needed dinner on the table and I couldn't do it, Bill would run down to Little George's down the road and get pizza, or he'd bring out the cereal. That's what happened every single time. But just the other night, I didn't even have time to cook dinner. I said, Bill, there's no way. He goes in, gets a deep cover baker, brings out this fabulous meal. Everybody was so excited. He's cooking in the kitchen, and it's not even ever been his favorite thing to do, of cooking, but he can cook meals, and they're really good. So
Even I can do it.
Feel supported. you're on my team, I'm pretty much available to my team 24/7. And not only do you have me, but you also have my sister-in-law, Stacy, and she is just about, she knows all things.
She's the
Pampered
Yoda
Chef.
of Pampered Chef.
She truly is. And then not only that, you have Pampered Chef tech support, and I'll tell you right now, if they can patiently deal with me with computer things, they are awesome. Be recognized for your efforts. Pampered Chef is incredible. They always are recognizing people who've done hard work. And we were recognized in October as being the #1 new recruits for Pampered Chef. Which
In the world.
It's exciting.
In the
But
world.
it's not just that. They also, I mean, I've earned this jewelry that I'm wearing tonight, and when they have their fall launch and their spring launch where they show the new products, they're always pointing out the success of their people that are working for them. So it's really fun to work with Pampered Chef. You make new friends.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Which I am. Just think, I never would have met any of you if we hadn't had a Pampered Chef party tonight. So I'm really excited about it. And then be proud.
It comes before fall.
He does say that every time.
Does he really?
A good 50% of people get that. So.
Okay, be proud because Pampered Chef does some wonderful giving to great charities. And the #1 thing is tonight, when you go to order your products, Bill will ask you if you want to round up to the next dollar. And if you do, that money will go to your local food bank. Not just some local food bank out there that you've never heard of. It'll go to the one in your area to help hungry people. Also, they do help with cancer, which is really cool because they give huge amounts of money every single year towards breast cancer research and breast cancer awareness. Love what you do and be on my team.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming to our party, and just all you need to do is fill out the items that you want and the number. I'll do all the math for you, and go try some of the pizza. And that's pretty much it, although I do want to say one thing we did not do to help cut back on time a little bit. We normally do the give out the ticket if they ask a question game all the way through the show. We actually start that at the beginning, and I always tell them if I forget to give them a ticket, they have to remind me. So it becomes kind of a running joke through it. She gets a chance to ask a question. That's a question. So any kind of question I do, you know, I'll give out tickets, and then at the end, right at that point, we will move it from that to our final bonus round, where if you ask a question about a product, you get 1 ticket. About hosting a show, you get 2 tickets, and about the business, you get 3 tickets. And then we'll do that for about a minute or so, and then we'll do a drawing for all the products that we didn't really want. It's all right, you know, itty bitty bevs. I got a couple. Actually, what we do, I usually have some prep bowls in there, the small ones. I'll buy like a set of 6. Or we also, if you go on the samples, they'll have like the small sample kit where there'll be like 6 or 7 different items, like the paring knives and some of those, and I think an itty bitty bevs and stuff like that for $20-some. So we'll buy some of those, and those will be our giveaways. We usually give 1 grand prize away, and then we give 1 not as grand prize away, which is one
Well,
of
it
those.
depends on how many people are there. If it's a large group, we do 2, and then.
I figured asking quick because yeah, we 46 minutes. So,
Perfect. That was awesome. Oh my gosh.